What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we're going to be doing a tier list of the best budget players in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. So I've kind of put like a cap of, I know there's some guys here that are pushing the 30k. I try to keep a cap of 25k. Some of these cards are going to be a little bit more than that, and I've definitely forgotten some players. So when I made this list initially, I think Kareem was down at like 21k, and I actually had made this list ready to go. This video was meant to be released on Monday, and then I kind of just stalled it a little bit, and I was like, there's no point releasing it on Thursday because I don't know what's coming out Friday, so then it's coming out today. So this list was on Monday, so again, on Monday, Ralph Sampson's still a budget player. He has shot up in price since then, and there are a whole bunch of new cards as well. So, first player, AJ Griffin. Not the most expensive card in the world. He's a perfectly fine player to use. If you want to use AJ Griffin, go for it. He's a C tier player. I'm going to try and get this tier list done in roughly 20-ish minutes anyway, because one, I don't want to keep you guys too long, and two, like, perfectly fine. I don't have too long either to make this. So I'm going to put Alexei Pokusevski in D tier. He's got length at the small forward position. He can kind of move. Not as good as Poku last year. As far as 7-footers go, he's probably in the top 5 fastest running 7-footers. That's about it. Iguodala is a 6'6" point guard with a good release and the normal 2 leaner. Really good defensive stats, really good defensive animations. One of the more underrated cards in all of my team, if we're being completely honest. Anthony Davis. I'm going to put Anthony Davis in D tier. I don't really like this card. I'll put him in C tier. For me, this Anthony Davis is better than the Invincible Anthony Davis, and he's a perfectly fine small or power forward. The issue is with him is that Anthony Davis is just completely just outclassed by a lot of the other power forwards, and he's just too small. Bam Adebayo, worthless. I don't even think he's terrible. Is he the worst player on the list? He's up there. Like, he is up there with the worst players here. Baron Davis, he's worse. You know what? He's chick, so I'll put him there. I'm going to actually go like this with my Ben Simmons for as far as cheap ones go. See, this one's just better than this one. He's just better. The release is on very quick. But the other one does have a higher 3-point rating, and I don't actually mind the I don't actually mind the other Ben Simmons. The difference is that you get Mitchell size, if you get the tray escape. You get the normal leaner, which are all really important things. So this sim is going to go B, this sim is going to go A. Benedict Mathurin, I don't think he's very good. For me, he's genuinely just poor man's what you call it. He is a poor man's Jarrett Wallace. And he's more expensive. Bobby Jones. See, Bobby Jones good. That's about it. Good defender, good shooter. Nah, screw it. I'll put him in B. He's a good player. Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis is going to go E tier, but I don't actually think he's terrible. Melo's C and D. So Melo's the maybe most overrated player in this whole game. All versions of Melo. Gonna go D tier for Chris Webber. It's just a time issue. Like, a guy who was, not Chris Webber, Chris Mullen. A guy who was really good for his time. Really good for his time. It's just we have better cards than him now. Like, even like he was my guy at the start of the 30-day series, which is only like 37 days ago. Like 37 days ago, this guy was like one of the best damn 2 guys in the game. He just got so many good cards. He's just outclassed. Ferry's gonna go into that tier as well. Ferry's a guy who's got really good length. The thing is, if you use the Ferry duo with Larry Nance, it's insane. I'm gonna put Granger in C tier. Granger is a 6'9" point guard. Got a really good. I'm gonna have to put Granger B tier. Like, I genuinely think Granger's better than this Ben Simmons. I don't think he's better than this Ben Simmons. I think he's better than this one. I'm with Granger in B tier. Granger's still one of the best point guard, one of the better point guards in the game. Buggy is perfectly fine. That is it. Booker. I'm gonna have to put Booker in A tier. First of all, he's completely free. They brought the locker code back, and he on current gen is an S tier player. So I'm gonna have to put him in A tier. You might think I'm crazy with that one, but I'm gonna put Booker there. So I'm gonna get my worthless tier players out of the way with first. So Glensky's going in there. This guy is a straight up bona fide scrub. I don't want to do this, but Isaiah Thomas is a worthless tier player. Tobias Harris stinks. I'm gonna put 5 players down and worthless. Is Tobias Harris that bad? Like, he's really bad. But Dr. J is worse than Tobias Harris. And Darren Williams sucks. Who else is there? Someone else has to be terrible. I hate Jalen Durham, but I don't think he's that bad. Even Thibault's not terrible. Tony Parker's got to go down there. So this is probably my worthless tier. Dr. J is gone. This is my worthless tier. These are my E tier players. Sabonis. I'm going to put Sabonis in D tier. I think he's got his height. He's got his decent movement. He's an all-around good player. And he's got the cheesy and beat post hook. I think he can abuse smaller players. Draymond, at this stage in the game, Draymond Green is like a D tier player. A D tier budget player. Yeah, he's 8,000 MT, which isn't the end of the world, but he's just not the greatest player in the world. Drazen Petrovic. I'm going to put Drazen in... I'm going to put Drazen in C tier. I think he is just that dangerous that I'm going to put him in C tier. He is so freaking dangerous on offense. Eddie Jones, a card I really like, but he's going to go D tier. Mikan is going to go into that D tier as well. He's a 6'10 shooting guard. That's it. Jarrell Wallace, A tier. Like, is he as good as Kawhi? No. I will admit it. Is he as good as the non... I think the Curry slide is what really just makes Kawhi so difficult to guard because he gets the tiniest bit of space. Like, when Kawhi shoots off the Curry slide, I think 90% of the time, if you shoot with Kawhi off Curry slide, you get like a 10% contest. But, like, Kawhi is the best player I've ever seen at greening through contests, including Luka Doncic. Luka just gets... It says wide open when he's contested. Kawhi literally will green through contests better than anyone. So, yeah. I'll make Kawhi better. Jarrell Wallace, still him. Giannis. I'm going to put 10 in S tier, so I'm going to put Giannis in S. Jarrell Wallace might get moved up to S, to be honest. This Giannis, I'm going to go B tier. And this Giannis, I'm going to go B tier. I don't really like him too much, but he is still a 6'11". 2 guy, and this guy's really good. He's just not, can't play anywhere in power forward. I'm going to put Heat on C tier. One of the most underrated cards in this game. I'm telling you, lads. Hedo Turkoglu is one of the most underrated cards in all of my team. The guy is ridiculous. The guy's absolutely ridiculous. On the offensive end, like freaking anonymous on defense. Jabari Smith, look, he's at like 20, 25k. Like, he's B tier. With the most overrated player in the game. The only issue is he should be good. He's just 6'6". At a push. Ivy's not bad. Ivy's like better. Ivy's like C tier. He's not actually bad at all. He's just small. McDaniels. He's fine, like E tier. Duran sucks, E tier. Jalen Green. D tier. Like, I'm just gonna... A bunch of these guys are just irrelevant. So this Kareem. He's like hero Kareem. I think he's gotta go A tier. He's gotta go A tier. Like, he's really good. If there wasn't a better Kareem on his list, he would be an S tier. He's a really good power forward run. Odom, S tier. Odom, S. In my opinion, Odom better than this Giannis. Like, I have this Giannis in my squad. Lamar Odom is my backup small forward. Like, my starting small forward, in fairness, is like Kareem. But, like, Odom's my backup. I don't use Giannis anymore because Odom is that good. Jimmy Buckets. D tier. Perfect stats. Badges leave a little bit to be desired. And animations are not great. Nah, he's too outdated. E tier. ISO Joe. I'm going to put ISO Joe like low D tier. Again, just a card that's outdated, but for his time, he's good. And he's like a uniquely good dribbling player because he's got all the Kemba Sigs, and they don't give Kemba Sigs to anyone anymore. I think Wall is probably a tier below, like... Wall's a tier below, like Iguodala, so D tier. He's big, though, in game. Johnny Davis is going to go into C tier. Can be very effective with that Kobe escape, or Kobe size up. That's really all he's got going for him. Isaac. Now I'm going to put Isaac in B tier, but Isaac could easily... I'm going to put Isaac in A tier. One of the more slept on cards in all of my team. Not going to lie. A super slept on player, and I actually really do enjoy this card. J.R. Smith. I'm going to put Origin in B tier. Yeah. I don't like this card as much as most people do. I think he's a fine point guard, but I'd rather use Granger there. Keegan Murray is going to go into A tier. He just won't ever miss. Like, ever. The guy just does not miss. Simply put, he does not miss. Kevin Bleepin Durant. This Kevin Durant's going to go into C tier. Whereas I'm going to put this Kevin Durant in potentially into S tier. You know, S tier for now as a shooting guard. Kevin McHale is not a bad player. I think Kevin McHale's going B tier. He has the long wingspan, but he doesn't have the player model of Dino. I'm going to put him in a B tier. He's fine. Chris Middleton, just straight up shooter. He's like he's a D tier player. He's not going to miss ever. Luka Doncic. The only reason this Luka is not an S tier is because I can't put two Lukas in S tier. Simply put, I cannot. Which means that one of these guys might get moved down because I'm like, Luka has to play small forward. Like, budget Luka has to play small forward. But, Kobe, C. Kobe's not bad. But, you know, I'm going to put Kobe in B tier. I actually do rate him kind of high. I do think he's okay. I don't think he's great in the grand scheme of things, but I do think he's okay. B tier. Corver. I get his dribble saves are good. There's something weird about that release. Hero. S tier. S tier. S tier. S tier. I don't freaking care. This guy is God on offense. Trey escape, Trey fade, Trey Young release. He's a 6'5" Trey Young, and I get it. You're like, oh, he's got T-Rex arms. His player build's terrible. No, it's not. He has T-Rex arms. I agree. His player build's huge. Like, put him on a damn cone. Put him on a cone. Hide a little bit of defense. His defense stats aren't that bad. He is just insanely good. This is one of the most slept on cards in all of my team. I'm telling you guys, Tyler Hero is him. LaMelo, and by saying that, I'm putting LaMelo Ball in B. The big baller brand. I don't think LaMelo's that good. If you're asking me who I would take, LaMelo or Luka, it's Luka. If you're asking me who I would take, LaMelo or this Simmons, it's this Simmons. LaMelo is in B tier. Hero is freaking God, by the way. Although there is potential I'd move Simmons up. Like, Simmons could get moved up as well. But Hero is him. I don't care what anyone says. Lance is going to go into, like, C tier. Lance is solid, man. Lance is a really, really solid card. Larry Johnson's going to go C. I think he's a tier lower than Granger. And Larry Keenan, surprisingly, is going to go into C tier. This guy is freaking him. 6'9", huge player build, base 4, normal 2 leaner, unbelievable stats. He's glitched for to get a 3-pointer. Keenan is just really, really good in this game. Larry Nance, I think with the duo, Larry Nance is the better of the Danny Ferry, him and Danny Ferry. But Danny Ferry's better on his own. Like, Larry Nance can't really be used on his own because he's got 70 ball handle. He does, I don't think he's plucked a lot. He just kind of, he feels like he makes mistakes. God tier on defense. I'm actually going to put, because of the dynamic duo, I'm actually just going to put these two guys in C tier. This dynamic duo, because these two guys with the duo are B tier players, maybe A tier players. I would take this duo over any player on this. I'm going to move it. I don't know what I'm going to move it up to B. I'm going to move both of these guys up to B as like a combined duo. Because I actually think I would take these duos over Jonathan Isaac. I would take this duo. I know it has a wastes a power forward position, which is not ideal, but still, I would use Danny Ferry at the 4 to use this duo. Manute Bol, as far as budget centers go, he's like probably almost top 3. Marcus Sol is a C tier player. Marcus Sol is really, really solid. He's really solid. So, we got some decent players left on this list. Mark Williams. And this is another one where I'm like, I actually prefer Mark Williams to Manute Bol. Like, when I was using, playing a couple of wages on my, like, 30-day account, Mark Williams was the guy I used. Like, Manute Bol came off the bench, but Mark Williams is better. Although, like, this Kareem is probably better than both of them, but not by much. Not by much. I'm going to move. Giannis has 1000% lost his spot in this S tier. I think Odom's better, and I think Luka Doncic is better. Matisse Thybulle, look, he's not terrible. He's D tier. Jordan. My point guards are set. My point guards are set. Maybe. Do I have any other 2 guys come in? Ooh. I know my last 2 guard position is going to be freaking tough. Where's Kawhi? Kawhi's like 30k. By the way, Kawhi would probably be in B tier. High B tier, his anniversary card. If I had Mystic Kawhi on this list, Mystic Kawhi would be in S tier, but I think he's not even that much more expensive than Kareem. I don't know why he's not on this list. Michael Ray Richardson, not terrible. He's a C tier player. Yao Ming's. Okay, so I'm going to go, one of them has to be an S, one of them has to be an A. I'm going to put I think the signature is just a lot better movement-wise and just a lot, like a plus, like, I think it's like plus like 15 speed. It's huge. So I'm going to put him at center. Money Mitch stinks. D tier. Nick Batum, you're fine. You're C tier. Dunktober Jokic getting to D tier. D for tier, D for Dunktober. I still can't believe Dunktober was a set where they made a bunch of people that could dunk and then a bunch of Europeans that couldn't dunk. It is the weirdest idea for a set I've ever seen. Like, it was like dunk with Dirk. Dirk couldn't dunk. Schroeder with a 35 dunk and then a non-dunking Jokic. It was the weirdest name I've ever seen for a set when they couldn't dunk. Banchero is bang average. So you get right in the middle in C tier. Player build's good though. I'm going to go Ewing like E and D. I'm going to go Ewing in E and D right here. Like, I think he is perfectly fine. I don't think he's the greatest player ever. Like, I would rather have Marcus Gasol than him. For his time, he was him. I want to say that very clearly. For his time, he was him. This card is better than the Dark Matter, by the way. Then we have got Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is going to go... He's not worth... Like, he's not as bad as these guys. Paul Pierce is an E-tier player. Ralph S. Oh, now this gets kind of tricky because Ralph has to go in a power forward. I'm going to leave my like 2-guard battle till the end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's not bad, but I'm going to put him C tier. Shaq's are both going to go in B tier. I just find as fast as Shaq is, he's just a very, very weak shooter. And he just takes so long to get into a shot that I have to put him in B tier. Sean Kemp, D tier, although he's a really, really nice defender. Like, I don't mind Kemp at all. Obviously, Taco is an S tier player. Like, I think that's a given. That Taco is an S tier player. He is an S tier center. We've got Tari Eason, who's probably like his player builds is very small, but I'm going to put him in C tier. Terrence Ross is a B tier player. He's got that Stevie size up. He moves well. He's got the leaner. I mean, Terrence Ross just hated his card, even though Terrence Ross is not that bad in my team. This Tracy McGrady is going to go into A tier. I don't care if you want to run, if you don't like run T-Mac at small forward. Neither do I, but I mean, like, he's not bad to run there. He's really good to run there. Levine's going to go C tier, just a bit outdated. I know Nike Fowler loves him. He is outdated. Zion Williamson is going to go into C tier. Base 3 on very quick. Like, I can't. Honestly, Zion's probably B tier. He's just so dangerous with that animation. And then as far as these go, it is obviously Kareem at the center position. So the last spot. So I'm very, very happy. If you want, like, I'm being dead serious. If you want to do this to your tier list, if you want to make the best 5 and best lineup and you want to do this and run Ben Simmons and Michael Jordan, that's fine. I prefer Tyler Hero. So the last 2-guard spot is between Tracy McGrady and Rudy Gay. I actually think both of them are probably slightly better than Gerald Wallace. And Gerald Wallace is in with a shout, but it's between T-Mac and Rudy Gay for most people. And as much as I love Rudy Gay, I love the normal 2-leaner. I'm one of the few people that love that release. I love the normal 2-leaner. I love his defense. I love the fact his player build is huge. I love his release. His movement's pretty decent. But I don't love his release more than Trey Burke base, which is one of the best releases in all of my team. In terms of green window, in terms of how quick it is, in terms of just ability to just the look of the release, getting it off. I personally would put Tracy McGrady in as my last S tier player. Like, none of this would be a debate if I could put in 2 Luka Doncic's. But at the same time, if I could put in... if I put in 2... I wouldn't be able to put in 2 Kareems. But, yeah. If Giannis, by the way... If Luka was a 2-guard small forward, by the way, Giannis would be in there instead of Kevin Durant. Players that I think you could definitely argue in S tier. If you're on current gen, you can argue Devin Booker. I think the 2 that most people would argue are Simmons over Hero, and they would argue Giannis in a small forward, because I don't think anyone's going to argue Luka being in there. I don't think anyone's going to argue Jordan. I don't think anyone's going to argue Ralph. I don't think anyone's going to argue Kareem, Yao, or Taco. For me, like this is probably the list that most people would run with. Or if Kawhi Leonard was there, Kevin Durant wouldn't be there either. But for me, as much as these two cards are good, I prefer Tyler Hero and I prefer Lamar Odom. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. That is our budget player tier list. Honestly, anything outside these bottom 5 is probably usable in game, which is nuts. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the video, just over 20 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.